Since the production of this video, our Shopify account is active. You can go onto the Shopify account, leave your email address, you could take the number, you could get an SMS message, and we will get back to you. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing. RBL on everything. That's all I got for now. Stay blessed and keep stacking.
So, okay, I'm sorry. I misspoke. So you had your own truck.
I have my own truck.
Good for you. Good for you. How did you have? You just had a truck laying around? You never had an extra truck?
Actually, it wasn't my own truck. It was Brandon's truck that I used to make that extra percentage.
That's dope. No, but that's there's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't buy my own truck off of that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, again,
it was weird.
No, you were able to buy
the route that Brandon was buying. He was using that truck, and the route and I bought that truck, but Brandon already had his own truck. Yeah. So Brandon kept using that truck while I used his truck. It just worked out that way.
Brandon is the man.
He really helped me out. Stuck his neck out multiple times for me.
He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. In this business, people like Brandon are necessary. Absolutely. In this business. Let me say it like that, man. He's a good dude. And I'm sure there's other people that do bread and they have people that are necessary in their depot or in their lives. So he's one of those dudes. And for him to let you use the truck to get started, and it wasn't that he gave it to you, it's just that he was there.
Right.
And you had to pay for the fuel. You had to pay for the truck. You paid for using the truck.
I did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that was the start of your entrepreneurship.
Gave it back with a full tank of gas, too.
So that's how you came into the business, and you learned the business that way. So good for you. So you get the truck from him, you do the route for a year, and then the other route becomes available, and you buy it.
I jumped on it.
So with you having a year of training already, you jump right in, hit the ground, and you're already off.
I had to, but I don't know if I would have been able to do that if I didn't have the knowledge that I had going into it.
Right.
You know, the manning side of everything. That took a lot of, stress off of me. I didn't have to worry about, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right?
Right.
It's a whole nother ballgame when you got to learn the handheld on top of.
Yes, on top of doing the bread and learning the bread.
Exactly.
I had someone message me earlier this week. I did a phone call. We talked for about 20 minutes, and they're looking at a route. They're looking at a couple routes, but the question was, I'm trying to get something right away, and this is, okay, no problem. So he asked me about different ways that the money's made, the breakdowns, and what it could be. But the thing I'm saying right now is how you just said you learned on the job, but you already had knowledge of the job. And you still have to learn for a year on your own.
Absolutely.
So my statement to this person was this: if you were to buy a route this month, and in this month you start the process, in 2 months the process is done, you would have to be out there for a few months before you do that, because you're setting yourself up for a lot of challenges.
100%. It's doable.
It's definitely doable.
It's doable.
You could jump in and learn to swim.
Exactly. You could, but I think taking at least a solid month to do at least some hands-on training
with someone,
it goes a long way. You know, I mean, I had years of just experience standing behind my father, just watching.
So you saw a lot of the challenges. You've been involved with some of the challenges.
But I mean, when my dad had his big route, I would help him break it down. And I was at a young age. I was probably about 10 to 12 in that time.
Right. For those that don't know, go on YouTube. I got a couple shorts of me breaking down a few stats. In a day or two, I mean, by the time this comes out, it will be up. There will be a video of Nick checking his bread, doing his adjustments, and before his breakdown, and you'll see him doing his breakdown. So there'll be more video of that, which he speaks of. So, speaking of the breakdown, right? Let me go back to the truck. have you had any issues with your truck since you've been doing the bread? And if so,
Have I had any issues?
okay.
Of course, I've had multiple issues. With
So not in the right now truck, but when you first started.
When I first started, I bought a used truck. I had to,
Right.
And that truck ran great for a while. It was a diesel truck, and it screwed up. I put gas in the diesel truck.
By mistake?
By mistake, screwed it all up. You go back and forth from driving a diesel truck to a gas car, kind of get screwed up.
So you just pull up to the gas station one day and just put gas in, not thinking.
Not thinking. So I screwed that truck up that way, and then I ended up actually getting that truck into an accident. Screwed that truck totally. But after that, I had multiple issues. Coolant, tires pop on me.
Right. I've had flat tires. I've had the wheel bearings, the wheel hub break on my truck right at BJ's. This was only a couple
battery,
days.
everything.
All that.
You name it, it's happening.
Okay. See, I'm lucky. My partner took care of all those things. That issue.
I'm lucky I'm mechanically inclined.
There you go, Mr. Electrician. The shop, the electrical, you
Most of
handle
the work
it.
I had to do to my vehicles, I've done on my own. So
Good for you, man. Good for you. And that's a plus if you're mechanically inclined.
Right.
You save a lot. Like I said before on other episodes, I've known guys that had transmission issues, motor issues, and lost a route because they couldn't sustain a rental, repairing the vehicle, you getting the rental, and paying the note on their route at the same time.
For a year. Through COVID, I rented a truck.
I remember.
Over a year, and it almost bankrupted me.
I remember.
I was able to buy a truck from another guy for $1,200, and that saved me.
So yeah, and the truck you got now is amazing.
Truck I got
damn
now,
near brand new.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's a big dog truck.
It is. 20-footer. I love that thing.
It's a 20-footer. 20-footer. The 16s are decent. 20 is amazing. It's a big boy.
I still fill that bitch front to back.
yeah. Well, you got a big route now, so let me just ask you. So with those challenges, and you said a year you had to rent, and it almost bankrupted you. What allowed you to keep going? Like, how did you get through that part? Like, did you buckle down and not spend foolishly?
I did that, and I luckily had family that was able to help me out.
There you go. Good for you, man. You got a tight circle. Support is everything.
Absolutely. Got to keep that close people around.
Good for you, man.
Absolutely.
Good for you. So I'm glad you made it through that. So
Me too.
The truck thing is a big deal. Again, it's probably buying the route is one thing, but that's going to be your second biggest expense after buying a route. If you don't buy a route with the truck involved,
right?
You know.
I mean, like recently, I have to do tires on my truck, but I also have to do tires on my car. But car don't make me money.
Yes.
The truck does, so we gotta fix the truck first.
Gotcha.
Go from there.
Yeah. And it's a real process because the truck tires are not like the car tires. Right. And again, we just talked about you got a big boy truck. So.
I was told, if you got a couple bills, you got your house, your mortgage, and you got your car payment, you pay your car payment because your house ain't gonna drive you to work.
So when it flips from the car to the bread truck, you gotta take care of the bread truck.
The bread truck, man.
But without that bread truck, you ain't gonna have no bread.
Exactly. You need that bread. Gotta get that bread to get the bread.
I feel you.
Know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, thank you for sharing that about how you got into the bread business, and I'm glad you made it into the bread business with us. So now you got the route. You've been rocking it for a little while. Over the years, there's been, since I've been there and since you've been there, a whole shift in management.
Right.
Multiple times, I would say, on all different levels.
Yep.
What hasn't changed is, Well, and also with the management change, just recently this year, we had a change with our equipment,
Right.
with the handheld.
Right.
So those two challenges, new management, and nothing bad about the management, but it's an adjustment with personalities and management styles.
Right.
So I know we all deal with it differently. You coming up from with your dad and over, you're 27 now, say the last 18 to 20 years, and as a kid you probably don't pay attention, but as a teen, when you see how your dad dealt with management, how he was treated and how they treated him, I mean how he treated them and what the response and the feedback was and the back and forth. Over the years since you got the route, was it similar when your dad was having it? When you first got the route, was it the same atmosphere?
Yes and no. That's kind of a hard question to answer. Growing up, being around my dad, it seemed like you wanted management to know the less. You don't want them to know everything. You want to keep all your business to yourself.
Do your business.
Do your business. It's your enterprise, your franchise, whatever you want to call it. And you wanted to keep them separate, keep them away from it. Take what they had to hear and listen to them, but you're going to do your own thing anyways because it's your business at the end of the day.
Right.
So, I mean, obviously, management isn't there to hurt your business. Management is there to help your business. You might not like to hear what they have to say, but if you listen and they might have something that's very beneficial to your business to add, and there's been plenty of times that I've sat down with management nowadays and they've helped me grow my business.
Gotcha.
So,
right. Yeah, no, I'm not bashing them or anything. I just wanted to know. Let me see what
differences. It's tough to say because I didn't really have to deal with management as much when I was younger.
Right.
As I do now. I used to see them
on the ownership side.
Yeah, but I used to see them as like when I was working with Dad. I used to see them, but they never really didn't really strike me as any different as it is now.
Gotcha. Okay, so all right, I think my question was long-winded and not really a good question as far as what I was looking at. So this is my statement instead of a question. For the time that I've been doing the bread, I would just say the last 10 years, over the shift in management, with the shift in management, I outside in my stores have no support from the management team. Not in the depot, because the people in the depot are the people in the depot. They have people in the field that are supposed to help us, support us in the field.
Right.
I didn't have that level of support.
Okay.
And I'm just asking if you went through that yourself. And I don't do the back in the day thing, but my past experience with other management that I had would be a level of communication back and forth and accessible to each other.
Right.
And I know this is the texting era, but I just think it needs to be spoken word.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
If not face to face, at least talk.
Right.
And I just don't find texting to be a real solution all the time. Unless it's I'm in a meeting, I can't talk. They might be home with their kids. I might be home doing some family stuff. Whatever the case is. But when it's time, we can. All right, let me say it like this: from 8 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, maybe.
Yeah.
We should be accessible to each other on some level.
Right.
Mr. Call, getting back to you.
Yeah.
One of those things.
Right.
And I was having a problem with that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Did you ever have those issues?
I've had those issues.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
I continue to have those issues. I mean, if I have a problem on a Saturday, typically management is not getting back to me until later on in my day.
I think that something should be done about that.
There should be something done about that. I should be able, if I have an issue on my route on a Saturday, I should be able to reach out to any manager and get a response pretty quickly.
Well, now, when you say that, I'm just going off of holiday time, and even in the past, it would be paid. I know it's the holiday, it's a 3-day, a 4-day week, whatever the case is. So-and-so is going to be available, on call, whatever you need. Call this person, text this person. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Why not on a Saturday or Sunday, someone's available for that same level of support? They get paid, they expect us to do certain amount of things or do things a certain way every day. With the shift in the expectations, I think it's not wrong for us to have some expectations as well.
No, I don't think you're wrong for thinking that way either. I actually feel very similar to that.
I think it should be a higher level of support.
Absolutely.
And if no one calls you Saturday or Sunday, okay, we got through it.
Right. I mean,
but if someone does, we need an answer.
It's in our description. I mean, an independent business partner. They should be our partner. At that point, on a Saturday when I'm reaching out to you and I'm not getting a response, that's not a partner. I need to be bailed out of something if I'm reaching out to you on a Saturday. By all means, I don't want to bother anybody at any time. If I can figure it out on my own, I will. But the point is that I should be able to.
So now what the expectation is we should be servicing our stores according to the contract and the patterns to which are laid out, right? Contractually.
Yeah.
If I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah.
How about we get that same level of support 24 hours a day? We can call a help desk. I can call a help desk right now.
Right.
And get someone on the phone.
Oh, 100%.
I should be able to call management support and get that same level of support.
Absolutely.
What if I went to go pack my store out right now at whatever time it is, I'm not sure, 6, 7, 8 o'clock right now, and I wanted to go to the store, and I'm in the store and I have an issue and I need support right now from someone. Right?
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
We need to talk about these expectations. If we're expected to do certain things, I think they should be expected to do certain things.
Absolutely.
And if I'm wrong when they show me it, I will gladly come out here and say, you know what? They showed me right here that they're not supposed to, they're not obligated to, or they don't have to. When I see that, I will say that.
Right.
But right now, I'm just saying for everyone, we just want the same things.
I agree.
What's that? Want to be treated? I want you to treat me like you want me to treat you.
Right.
Am I saying it wrong? Or it's not the same?
Treat people how you want to be treated. I don't feel like they're treating us how they want to be treated.
Yeah. I want to be supported.
I want to be supported. Absolutely.
The way I'm expected to support the store.
Right.
Whichever store, whichever business, whichever person I'm bringing that bread to.
Exactly.
So
Agreed.
I just think that's something that needs to be talked about. And I'm not the voice of the people.
I know
I'm just speaking for
I'm not the
myself.
voice of the people either. Exactly.
I'm the voice for me. Now, if somebody else is listening, so be it.
That's right.
Like everyone. So I don't mind me going left, right, up, down, and all over the place. But, so yeah, I just wanted to just get that out there. So I just have this thing about, again, management that we have now in the depot, they're good dudes. I like what they do. I support them, how they're doing it, because at the end of the day, like you said, it's business that has to get done. But they're not the ones that are in the field with us. They're not the ones that are supposed to be out there in the stores with us. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Right. So, since the person that was in the stores with me isn't here anymore, I don't know who's there with me now. No one's came up to me. No one's texted me. No one's put a letter in my mailbox and said, this is the person you go to for support now. Did they do that for you?
I didn't get a management switch. I love my manager.
Right.
I throw that out there.
Yeah.
My manager has gone above and beyond to get me to where I am with my business today.
Right.
Previous management,
It's August, right?
it was August, yeah.
Face to face, from last August to this August, the person that was my support person in the stores, if I saw him this many times, if I saw them this many times, I'd probably be maybe not telling the truth.
See,
Face to face.
I try to see my manager at least once a week. I try
That's
to.
amazing.
We'll try to grab a coffee and talk and go over my
As you
business.
should.
That's
As you should.
We go over what we can do to drive business, and that's what I want on my side. That's why I love my manager.
That's
My
good
manager,
communication.
He's awesome.
That's good communication. That's amazing to hear. I envy you. I'm a little jealous.
Well, if you get my manager, you'll be just as pleased, man. He's a go-getter, and he's gonna drive your business.
Yeah, my man told me who was supposed to be. I don't get me to telling you stories. I've yet to hear anything. Hopefully, I get some. Now watch. We're recording this now. Tomorrow or Friday, I'll get someone to just talk to me without this even being out. I just know how things work.
I know my manager's been reaching out to his new people and he's going to all of his stores this week. So all of his new accounts, he has like 30 new stores that he has to go and overlook.
Okay.
So, I would say somebody should reach out to you soon.
Okay, it's all good. Not a problem. Thank you for sharing that with us. So I went off on that management thing. And again, it's nothing bad, nothing against management or anything. Just the shift in the expectations right now. And the process of no checking the bread in anymore. We're just dropping it off. So for stale.
Yeah.
And again, it's a freshness thing, and we should have freshness. And this is the thing we have in common. We both have big box stores, and I go heavy in there, and I know you do too. And for some reason, it's not been bad.
It hasn't been bad, man. I'm actually pretty shocked with how steady business has been.
Constant, yes.
Throughout the summer.
Yeah,
I mean, typically we hit a nice flat spot right around now, and we haven't really slowed down a bit.
Yeah. So I'm blessed. I feel blessed. I'm gonna stay blessed, and I'm gonna keep stacking. That is the goal. So with that being said, I had a couple more questions. I'm not gonna hold you. I know it's getting late. So
you're good, man.
What I like to ask everyone, I've been trying to stick to the format, is you said you don't do Thomas now, do you?
I do.
You do Thomas? You like me to do everything?
I do everything.
Okay, so I'm gonna go start with the Takis.
Decision I ever made.
Do you eat Takis? Are you a fan of them?
Every now and again I'll munch down on some.
Okay.
Them new nacho ones.
Those are the only ones I like.
Those ones, dude, they hit the nail on the head with those.
Yeah, because they're not hot.
No, but they are like almost identical to Doritos nacho.
Yeah.
Nacho Doritos.
It's the only reason I like them.
Delicious.
Yeah, they're amazing. For those that don't know, it's the orange bag.
The kids love them Fuegos.
The orange bag Taki Fuegos, they are pretty damn good. I ain't gonna front.
They're good.
And they're not paying me to say this.
Nah.
If they want to later, I'll take the check. Okay, you brought it up. So, all right, Taki's Fuego. Out of all the Thomas products, which one would be your favorite?
Thomas or Takis?
Thomas. Takis were good. We know it's the Fuego.
Thomas. Well, they just rolled out those muffin tops. I don't really eat a lot of bread or carbs, really, but I mean,
if you had to pick one.
If I had to pick my favorite Thomas item, it would have to be, probably an everything bagel. If I had to pick out all Thomas products.
Okay.
Because they don't make the nooks and crannies bagels no more, which are the nice bagels that have the airy holes in them.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Delicious. They stopped making them.
It's crazy because that's me too. I'm the everything bagel guy too.
Everything's awesome.
And I like the thins because it's way too much bread in the regular.
I haven't even tried the thins yet.
Yeah, no, I like those. Okay, so regular bread, white wheat rye.
White bread, definitely some Arnold Country White.
It's nice and soft.
Wheat bread, I'd probably do Sara Lee wheat. classic wheat,
Okay.
or 100%, classic, 100%,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Rye bread, beef steak.
Beef steak. Okay.
Beef steak, soft rye.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm just rye. I'm trying to stay away from the bread. Terrible. I did great for a while. Then I fell off. It's like the wagon. It's like I need.
Oh, I know. You gotta tell me.
I need BA.
What's BA?
Bread is a nine.
That's awesome.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta get off of it. It's like, you know what I mean? Getting high on my own supply. So, all right, thank you for sharing. So, those are some good choices. Now, talk about the route, talk about bread you like, talk about how you got into doing the route, talk a little bit about the management, the handhelds, the business end of it. So, let me ask you, right now, what you're doing the bread for as long as you have been, is there a strategy to buy another route, expand this route, sell this route, or just have someone work for you? You know what I mean? Because you're still young. What's your plan?
So,
No, yeah.
my plan is to use bread to catapult me into the next chapter of my life.
Good answer.
What's
that look like, though? What's that next chapter look like?
The
You
next
don't know?
chapter looks like I want to eventually have somebody work for me, but I do want to build my route up a little bit more so that I can split it and then have 2 people working for me while I'm out doing other things.
Hey, I'd like to thank everybody for watching the episode. I'd like to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, and sharing on all platforms. Those platforms that we're available on are YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, RBL Winner on Facebook. We also have the Shopify account up and running. We also have a TikTok account. You can get some merchandise like what I'm wearing. The hats and the shirts are all we have right now as far as tees and headwear. Sweatshirts coming. I know it's about to be fall. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for all the love. Keep blessing the people around you. Keep stacking the information. That's all I got for now. Stay blessed and keep stacking.